Welcome to another screencast, and this is to illustrate the phase of the moon. I'm using a lunar phase simulator. The website you could see in red at the bottom, and if you look, we have the moon. Sunlight's coming in from the left, student left. We have the Earth, and that is our person. I guess we'll call him Skippy Wentworth III. You really should say Skippy Wentworth III when you say his name. So you can see this is our observer on Earth. Currently, right now, the moon is in the new moon position, meaning the illuminated part of the moon is facing away from Earth, the whole entire thing. The only part that's facing Earth is the dark side, the side that's not lit up. Remember, the moon does not make its own light. It only reflects sunlight. And over here, you can see the moon phase is new, and none of it is illuminated as viewed from Earth. It's important that you look at Skippy Wentworth III and take note of where the right and left arms are. Later on that will become important when we talk about what it appears to look like from Earth. So if I start the animation, you can see the Earth starts to rotate, giving us day and night. You can see that he's rotating into darkness now, and now sunrise comes, and then as the moon moves along in its orbit around the Earth, the part of, I'm just going to pull Skippy Wentworth III back in this direction, and from his vantage point, you could kind of see, this is a little bit weird, right? This would be his left hand, his right hand. As he's looking at the moon, you can see, well, what part of the moon would be lit up, right? And if we look, this would be the part that's lit up when viewed from Earth. Again, you see his right hand over here. Right hand over here then. I might have said left accidentally before, but this is his right hand. And looking, you could see that the right part of the moon, that little sliver of light that he can see, is on the right hand side. Therefore, that part of the moon is lit up as viewed from Earth. And the moon is starting to, more and more of it is starting to be illuminated on Earth. Therefore, it's a waxing. And in this particular case, it's a crescent. The Earth keeps rotating and revolving around the sun, and the moon keeps revolving around the Earth, and more and more and more of the moon is becoming illuminated, as you can see over here. Therefore, it's waxing. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to this situation. Okay, and again, from Skippy Wentworth III's perspective, right, this is his right hand, left hand, the right side of the moon is lit up. Now, you're looking at this from over the North Pole, and to us, it looks like the left part of the moon is lit up. You have to put yourself on the Earth when you look at this. Again, that's why the stick figure is here. And you can see it's actually the right side of the moon that would appear illuminated when viewed from Earth. And that is still in the waxing crescent phase. And as I continue the animation, you're going to see that we're going to get into what's called the first quarter. So now we're in the first quarter phase of the moon, and it's starting to wax more. And now we start getting into a waxing gibbous phase. So more and more and more of the moon is illuminated, giving us the waxing gibbous. And again, from this vantage point over here, you can see that more of the right side is lit up, and the left part is where you have a tiny little bit of shadow right over here. So here we have the right side's lit up, the left side's in darkness, the tiny little sliver of darkness. It will continue waxing until we reach the full moon phase, where the 50% of the moon, or the half of the moon that's lit up, is actually facing Earth. So here, we're all familiar with the full moon phase. This would be the full moon phase. Right, and I could drag the moon back. Pretty cool that I could manipulate things like this, right? Be pretty cool if I could do it in real life. So both sides, left and right hand side, are equally lit up, and therefore we have the full moon phase. So far, so good? So good so far. And now, as less of the moon, it starts to get less lit up, less illuminated. Now we're entering into the waning gibbous, where you could see, I will pause the animation right over here, right hand, left hand. If you look, the left hand is all lit up. The right hand, right over here, if you continue, you could see they start to catch a tiny bit of that shadow that's on the right hand side. Therefore, the shadow starts to come in. So now we're waning gibbosing, if that's even a word, and we're going to waning gibbous until we finally get to the last quarter, which is also called third quarter as well, And I will pause it there too. And you could see that Skippy Wentworth III, the left-hand side, is illuminated according to his perspective. The right-hand side is darkness. And there we go. Moving on, you can see that's still waning till eventually we reach what's called a waning crescent moon. And think about Lucky Charms. There's a little crescent-shaped moons that are in there. The left-hand side has the light. The right-hand side has more darkness. And if you look over here, right-hand side, darkness, left-hand side, that crescent shape of light. So here we go. Keep going and keep going. Less and less illuminated, therefore it's waning. If your interest is waning in something, it's decreasing, you're not as interested. And finally, we reach a point where we have the new moon. All right, I'll just kind of speed things up a tad. And here in the new moon phase, none of the illuminated side is facing Earth, therefore we can't see anything, and therefore that's what the new moon would look like from Earth. Most of the time we're used to seeing the moon at night, so imagine here you are in this position. You cannot see through the Earth, unless of course you're Superman. So it's impossible to see the moon in this case, and therefore our new moon phase looks like this. So these are the phases of the moon. Remember the little trick, always hold it so the sunlight is coming from you. The first thing closest to you is your new, and then you have your crescent here, and your crescent there, so your new crescent rolls are close to you. Then we have furthest is full, and then if we follow the alphabet A, B, C, D, F, G, next to the fulls we have gibbous, gibbous, and then we have first quarter over here, last quarter or third quarter over here. And then on my right hand side I wax the car, so these are all waxing. On my left hand side, little wane, right? Left little wane. And the nice thing about all of this too is, look, I'll go to the waxing crescent. What side of the moon is lit up? The right hand side. If you are holding it so the sun's rays are coming from you, that would be your right hand side over here. And then if I jump over to first quarter, what side's lit up? The right. It's on your right hand side. Right, so just kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So if this is me, this is, right, it's really fantastic drawing. That's my nose, by the way. This is my right hand, right, and this is my left. So left, right. Anything on the right hand side would be this. Anything on the left hand side would be over here. So anything on this side will be lit up on the right hand side, including the gibbous. Right. And then my full moon is neither right nor left, all of it's lit up. When I get back to the waning, because it's on the left hand side, little wane, waning gibbous, the left hand side's lit up. Last quarter, what side's lit up? Left, yay! And waning crescent, left hand side's lit up, it's on the left hand side of the diagram. If you hold it so the sun's rays are coming from you, because you brighten my day. And then the new moon phase, nothing is lit up on Earth. Okay, so remember, new crescent rolls, really close to you, furthest, full moon, gibbous, gibbous, quarter, quarter, right hand side, waxing, waxing, left hand side, little wane, waning, waning. And everything is good with the world. I hope you enjoyed this screencast, and I hope you learned something from it. Have a great day. And I should have had a secret word. What's the secret word? Secret word is, which you're correct, it's actually not a word, but therein lies the brilliance. Have a very nice day.